Good morning. It's Pastor Allen. Today is Monday. It's day 2 of overcoming anxiety. But this morning we are looking at overcoming anxiety. And we have a problem with anxiety here, at least in the United States. Recently, it's a recent phenomenon. People have panic attacks. And it's an overwhelming feeling. A lot of people say that it feels like they're having a heart attack, that they're going to die, that things are just falling apart. And that's relatively new. And I don't know why, and I didn't look up the reasons why, and that's not the point of this morning's devotional. The problem is, the point is, we have a lot of anxiety in our society. And the Bible gives us solutions on how we can work through that, how we can overcome it, how we can be winners over anxiety. Well, if you've ever experienced anxiety in your own life, you know what it is. I mean, we can define it, we can give definitions of it, we can say it's this, this, and this. But if you've ever felt anxiety in your life, you know what it is. And a lot of the causes of anxiety is our emotions. As we saw yesterday, we saw several people from the Bible whose emotions caused problems for them. And in the same way, emotions cause problems for us. So let's define anxiety the way the dictionary defines anxiety. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines anxiety as an apprehensive uneasiness or nervousness, usually over an impending or anticipated ill, an abnormal or overwhelming sense of apprehension and fear, often marked by physical signs such as tension, sweating, and increased pulse rate, by doubt concerning the reality and nature of a threat, and by self-doubt without one's capacity to cope with it. So when we think of it in terms of anxiety, we're really thinking about bad feelings, feeling dread, apprehension, uncertainty about things. Kind of fits in with what we're going through today. I was just listening to a radio show on the way to church, and they sounded to me paranoid. They were apprehensive, and they were coming up with scenarios of things that might happen or could happen or would happen when churches opened up and were meeting together. And they were talking about things that may or may not happen, but there's no sense in worrying about them because all we have is today. Take care of today. And there's three main areas of uncertainties about anxiety. You know, we all have uncertainty in our lives. But the first area that causes anxiety is when we're uncertain about something that's currently going on in our lives. And a lot of people have that right now, and rightly so. I mean, our society is a mess. Businesses are closed, restaurants are closed, people don't have jobs. So yes, there are some things going on in our lives that cause anxiety. The second thing is when we're uncertain about things that happened in the past and why they keep bothering us. It's interesting. And the third thing is when we're uncertain about the future. And boy, COVID-19 seems to check off every one of those for many people. So the good news is we can overcome anxiety. Here's the bottom line about all of our fears, all of our uncertainties, all of our apprehension. It comes down to a fear of not being in control. If there's something beyond our control and we feel uncertain about the outcome of it, it's going to create anxiety in us. And just go outside, you'll see there are things that are beyond our control. Well, in the New Testament, the word anxiety means distracted or pulled apart. It's the opposite of peace. And that distraction, being pulled apart, losing our focus, is going to create stress in us. And that stress, whether we realize it or not, is going to have an effect on our lives. Well, it has a health effect on us, and later on we'll look at the effect that it has on our health. But anxiety affects our mind and it affects our body. It can make us physically sick. And so that's why we need to recognize what anxiety is. We need to learn to heal ourselves from it the biblical way. And we need to understand anxiety and get it under control. Today's Bible verse is Proverbs 12, verse 25. Anxiety in a person's heart weighs it down, but a good word cheers it up. So the first step for us today is don't focus on anxiety, but give each other a good word. It's Monday. It's the beginning of a new week. It's going to be a great week. And tomorrow we'll study day 3 of overcoming anxiety. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.